Just one day before the India-Pakistan war, on May 6th, India reportedly made an official request to France to provide the source code for the Rafale fighter jets. This was documented in an article published on India.com dated May 6th. However, France declined India's request, stating it would not share the Rafale's source code. Friends, my channel had 32,000 subscribers, and YouTube removed it without any notice or warning. My audience knows very well why YouTube took it down. I had worked hard for a whole year to reach 32,000 subscribers, and now I need your help to grow the channel again. Please share it as much as possible, like and subscribe. You all know that I create videos in a neutral way and always speak with proof. I truly need your support. Following this, as you're aware, during the night of May 7th and 8th, India launched missile attacks on 9 Pakistani positions. These strikes were carried out using the very same French Rafale jets, armed with Scalp cruise missiles and Hammer precision-guided munitions. But on that same night, while operating within its own territory, India reportedly lost 6 fighter jets to Pakistani action. These included 3 French Rafale jets, 1 Su-30 MKI, 1 MiG-29, and 1 Mirage 2000. This shocking development occurred despite the Rafales being among the most advanced jets in India's inventory. After the conflict ended and a ceasefire was established, India once again requested the Rafale source code from France, this time applying more diplomatic pressure. However, France once again refused to provide the source code. So friends, let's analyze what this source code actually is, why it's so important, and how not having it may have affected the Indian Rafales during the conflict. We will also look into the challenges India is now facing, and whether the recent crash of 3 Rafales could be linked to this lack of source code access. Moreover, what impact will this have on India's recent deal to acquire 26 Rafale M naval variant aircraft from France? Make sure to watch the video till the end, as the upcoming analysis will be deeply informative and help you understand the critical implications of these developments. Welcome back. The source code is essentially the brain of any modern combat aircraft. It controls critical software systems such as radar integration, weapons targeting, data fusion, and electronic warfare capabilities. Without access to this code, India cannot independently integrate indigenous weapons or modify system functionalities. It will have to depend on French cooperation for any such upgrades or adjustments. Friends, I believe now you have a clear understanding of what a source code is. Now let's talk about why it's so important. What loss India suffered due to its absence, and what advantage Pakistan may have gained. You see, any modern military today, whether it's the Navy, Air Force, or Army, operates within a network-centric warfare framework during times of conflict. For example, the United States uses Data Link 16, which enables real-time exchange of data between aircraft, naval ships, ground forces, and command centers. One major advantage the US has is that most of its military equipment is indigenously produced. Whether it's fighter jets, naval vessels, or AWACS aircraft, they are all integrated into a centralized system and continuously share real-time data with each other during combat operations. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, Pakistan also has a data link system known as Data Link 17. Through this system, Pakistan's 3 military branches, Army, Navy, and Air Force, are able to share real-time data seamlessly. For example, consider the incident where a Pakistani J-10C, while staying within its own territory, shot down an Indian Rafale. This was possible due to efficient data sharing and coordination. The J-10C is a light to medium-weight fighter jet, and according to estimates, its radar has a maximum range of around 180 kilometers. The Rafale was reportedly shot down using a PL-17 missile, which has a range of 185 kilometers. So how was this possible? It was because AWACS aircraft, flying behind the front line, had already locked onto the enemy aircraft and shared that targeting data with the J-10C. Once the J-10C fired the missile, those same AWACS aircraft helped guide the missile to its target. This entire operation illustrates what we call the ABC system. Locked by A, launched by B, guided by C. This integrated combat system effectively links ground-based radars, airborne early warning aircraft, and fighter jets into one cohesive unit. A hallmark of true network-centric warfare. Currently, India operates 4 different data links, whereas ideally, a country should have just one unified data link system. The first is the Air Force network. followed by the Integrated Air Command and Control System, which enables real-time coordination between aircraft, surface-to-air missile systems, and ground control units. Then comes Data Link 2, which facilitates secure communication between Indian Navy warships and Indian Air Force aircraft. The fourth is the Thales link used in Rafale fighter jets. However, this Thales system is not integrated with India's other systems because France has not provided the source code for it. As a result, whenever India operates Rafale fighters, they cannot fully integrate with ground-based air defense systems. To avoid friendly fire or interference, either these air defense systems must be turned off, or the Rafales must fly away from areas covered by ground-based defense units. Moreover, Rafale jets cannot share data with India's existing AWACS platforms either. As I've mentioned before, India already has a limited number of AWACS, and Rafale's radar has a maximum range of around 200 kilometers. The jet's Spectra electronic warfare suite also has a limited range of about 100 to 150 kilometers. In contrast, Pakistan's AWACS and EW aircraft offer coverage of up to 500 kilometers and are fully integrated under a single system. Data Link 17. All of Pakistan's defense equipment operates within this unified data network. Additionally, China has provided Pakistan with the source code for the J-10C fighter jet, allowing it to be fully integrated with Pakistan's AWACS and EW platforms. This integration provides Pakistan with a significant advantage in network-centric warfare capabilities. Just like India has a large number of Russian-made equipment, which does not integrate well with Western systems because Russian gear is fundamentally different from Western technology. Pakistan's military benefits from Chinese equipment that is more compatible with Western systems. For example, Pakistan's airborne early warning and control aircraft include the Swedish Saab 2000, and their Chinese systems are designed similarly to Western ones, making integration easier. Pakistan has successfully integrated its F-16s, Mirage 3 and 5, JF-17 Thunder, and J-10C aircraft under a single data link system, Link 17. Meanwhile, India currently operates 4 separate data links and is developing a 5th one called BNet through DRDO, aiming to unify its network-centric capabilities. France, through Dassault Aviation, the manufacturer of Rafale, has argued that it cannot share the source code due to concerns over intellectual property and proprietary defense technology. According to French officials, the development of the Rafale platform involved years of intensive research and substantial financial investment. Sharing the code could jeopardize its strategic advantage and defense export market. While this argument may seem technically valid, many Indian defense analysts and political commentators are viewing it as a diplomatic betrayal, especially given the premium price India paid for the jets and the portrayal of France as a trusted defense partner. The refusal puts a dent in India's vision of strategic military autonomy. If India needs to integrate specific missiles or electronic warfare suites during a crisis, it will now require French approval and technical involvement. This goes against the ethos of the Atmanirbhar Bharat, Self-Reliant India campaign, which emphasizes building and controlling indigenous defense capabilities. The Rafale deal has always been a political flashpoint. When the deal was signed in 2016, several opposition parties, particularly the Congress, raised concerns about inflated prices and lack of transparency. With France now declining to share critical technological control, those earlier objections appear to carry renewed weight. India now faces 2 choices: either renegotiate with France for limited or monitored access to essential parts of the source code, or double down on the development of indigenous platforms like the Tejas Mk2 or the upcoming AMCA Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. Long-term strategic independence lies in boosting domestic R&D and ensuring future contracts safeguard technological sovereignty. I hope, friends, that you have understood well. I have tried to explain it in very simple words. Please do share your valuable opinions in the comments. That's all for today's update. Please subscribe and like this video.